from the We Love Summer Festival in Cape Town. Ryan Murgatroyd is one half of Crazy White Boy, and he will be rocking the stage to end our interview. The amazing sound in the background.
Mm-hmm.
What can we expect today from you?
Well, today is a special one for me. I'm very prepared. So, in fact, it's the first set. I've just taken on a new intern, and he's helping me prepare my set. So we've been hard at work for a good 14 days. Yeah, so 100% my own music today. Nice and live. It's gonna be good.
Cool. And you played at Ultra South Africa some weeks ago.
I did.
Actually, it's quite new because, no, it's not new, but the sound you played with Seth Troxler as well, right?
Yeah.
So that is actually not the sound we expect from Ultra.
No, not really. I think that Ultra had that second floor internationally is pulling some great artists, and unfortunately, to be honest, I'd rather see those artists at a dedicated festival for them. Yeah, because I don't think it's cool having them on the second floor, but it was great. It was a really cool time. I also played with Black Coffee that day, which was super rad. Yeah, super.
So
rad.
they're really popular in South Africa, right?
Huge. Yeah.
And you just signed with Get Physical in Berlin. So we are actually the perfect German-South African connection.
We are Germafrican.
Yeah,
we are Germafrican, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I've been with Get Physical for 15 months, and it's been the best thing that ever happened to me because it's small enough to be like a family, and they are just super supportive. It's like the mom and dad that I never had. So it's always like setting them a track, and they're really involved in the A&R process. There could not be a better home for me at this point. Yeah.
So what do you like about the German house scene?
I mean, everything. What's not to like? I'm in Berlin. I was in Berlin last year for 3 months. It was a lot to take in, to see big names like andhim playing in a small room to 200 people.
So we interviewed andhim.
Oh, did you?
Is there
my favorites.
Yeah, I love
my
andhim.
favorites,
They're so funny. Huh?
Yeah, they're so funny. Yeah.
Is there a special story you could tell us with the two guys? Because we know they're always doing crazy things.
Well, not really, but the first time I ever played a Get Physical event, I played the showcase in Barcelona.
Yeah.
And I came there with some coca leaf from Peru, which is like sort of like legal cocaine. And it was quite funny because over the course of the night, I ended up feeding all the Get Physical A&R guys and the guys from andhim, and everybody had this coca leaf in their mouth. So if you go back to the pictures of andhim DJing at the Get Physical showcase in Barcelona, you'll see them just cheeks stuffed full of this illegal cocaine leaf. So that's probably the best story I have about them. Yeah.
And how does the scene differ from South Africa, for example? Tell us a bit about your local scene here.
I think it comes down to patience. I think that people in Berlin go out and they're willing to stand on the dance floor for 3 hours and watch a musical story develop, and South Africans are very impatient.
Yeah.
So there's always a pressure here to come on and play your biggest song in the first 3 songs and keep people interested. There's not a kind of culture that respects very long form DJ sets here. So of course there is in the small rooms, but when you're playing to 1,000 people, there isn't that culture. Yeah. So I think that was the biggest difference. Is I saw in Berlin, people have the freedom, they have the space to create like a story over the course of the night, and people will stay and they'll follow the narrative throughout the night, and we don't have that yet in Africa. But in every other way, it's just as good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So summer here in Cape Town is almost over. What are your top 3 festival moments last year?
Top 3, I'm a small room kind of man. So I have to say, we had a couple of nights for my label Bantwanas at Era. That was one of my highlights of the year. And then, I mean, that really is, I never ever walk off the stage at 2,000 people festivals and think best gig ever. I think good gig, but my heart is in the small rooms, 200 friends. Yeah. That's my style.
Any funny stories?
Oh, none that I can tell.
Any bras on stage?
Oh my God, I can't tell these stories in public. My mom is gonna read this interview.
Yeah,
there's
bras. The bras are way too huge.
No, I wish people threw bras at me. Dudes throw underwear at me.
You just get small, teddy bears.
I get male underwear. It's not the same. Yeah.
Oh.
Male underwear.
For you.
Pictures of dicks. No, just kidding. Don't put that in a magazine.
No, we won't. Okay.
No crazy stories other than. I think that when you're DJing 3 nights a week or 4 nights a week, it sadly does become more of a job. And so whenever I see trouble brewing in one corner or another, I tend to go to the other side.
All right.
Yeah, I try to stay away from the trouble because I'm old. Look at these wrinkles.
Like that's why we do it a few meters.
Yeah, that's
away
why we're
from
doing
the
it in the
festival.
peace of the beautiful, beautiful oceans.
And I really love Cape Town. It's my first time here, so I
You
fell
should
in
never
love with
leave.
your country.
Really. You know,
But we could maybe do a switch. You go to Berlin.
I'd
I
love
come to
to.
South Africa.
Germans love Cape Town because it's like it's like Berlin with perfect weather.
Yeah,
And
it
everyone's
is.
relaxed, yeah. There's something similar about the German and the South African spirit as well. They love beer, we like a good
We love
time.
beer.
Yeah, the girls
And
are
I like
beautiful.
cider.
Okay, well,
So
we can compromise.
what we always do at the end is the high five.
Okay.
And that's what I like to do with you now. Thank you so much.
Let's go, thank you.
And there.